Good morning, folks. It is not part of Analyze the Life. This is just an aside to my channel. Anyway, I was just sitting down this morning thinking about something. You know, I think there is this great and enormous things to be fixed in our minds as a people. I mean, sometimes I wonder: the people reason smart. Okay, we have a situation where our president is still going to France, going to US, asking for help. I'm not saying you don't ask for help in international cooperation to deal with things. But the question is, before you ask those help, are you looking at the reality facing you? You know, the situation in Nigeria, I strongly believe, is not something you deal with military force. Military action only exacerbates the situation, and that is a fact. You have got to look at where the thing started. And the thing is, we just know, I don't know, those in power just don't want to be honest. And they keep lying and lying and lying to people. The constitution is a mess. That country needs to be, Nigeria as a country needs to be dealt with. Looking at, you know, the profile of power sharing and what is the cause of the problem. People feel marginalized in the East, and you are trying to use military action, police to quell the problem. You don't think that will solve the issue? I don't really think so. It doesn't. Okay, look at banditry in the north. These guys are demanding money, killing even innocent citizens. Of course, they are bad as it gets, and they deserve to be dealt with. I don't know whether they are being paid or how the whole thing is, coming up. But the thing is, we have a situation where if you really want to deal with a security problem, even in conflict scenario, you have to look at the context of finding a possible way to solve that problem through local means. And if you cannot, negotiate with local agendas, those who feel they did a thing, and get some of them to see eye to eye with you on some issue, then resolve it with them. Those that refuse to resolve, then we face with force. That is how you usually go about this. And you have to reform the constitution of Nigeria to get things right. Where every this was what Ojukwu was seeking earlier in 1960. He called it a confederate system, which is partly more looking like a federal system if you understand the process of government, but not purely federal. In federal, there is pure equality. In confederacy, the equality is not even so high because the federal is held at a bit higher level. But in a federal system, everybody is equal. The federating units they just share power, but the federal has some powers they can keep to themselves. You see, so these are things we need to look at, so that there will be that quasi-independence without being fully independent. This can quell the issue, where every region, some people say call it region, but I don't know if you create region, it might not work. I'm saying states. But if you want to even go by regionalism, let there be autonomous, quasi-autonomous regions. In that way, every region will control their own affairs. This will stop all this mess, and then we will face the fact of who are now the conflict makers, who are now the problem in the security. Are they just killing people for the sake of it, or are they just killing to agitate for something? Because you can't just go killing people without reason. There must be something. If we are looking for money, they will find a way to get you involved in something economically, so you stop killing people. And if you want to go for the killing spree, then you'll be faced with force. These are things a country should be thinking, not going to France looking for military security. The Boko Haram people are there doing things, of course. Those guys are insane, and you face them with full force. Launch a full scale military action against these people, you will take them out. That is what you do. They probably, we already done a good thing liaising with countries bordering with us. Get support from African counterparts. We have Rwanda there, you have Malawi, you have South Africa. Get to get buy arms from Israel, and we have this problem of dishonesty in military spendings. You know, the leader, the president, has to be active. And as far as I can tell, the Nigerian president Buhari is not active at all in dealing with this. He's just going around, flying to plane, going up. It's really funny. I'm telling you. But anyway, I just wanted to say it's quite because I feel for if you look at I'm saying this because if you look at as a person who has studied international relations and someone who is very very keen in the international affair and system, the foreign policies of nations out there, the first priority of every nation is to protect its interest. And if there is nothing it's getting, it doesn't concern you. They will say everything they can say in a statement. Nothing will happen. Look at Buhari. Okay, if some of you remember, there was a time he went to Russia for them to come to repair the Ajaokuta steel plant. What has been done to that steel plant till now? Since having that agreement with Russia, they don't care, for goodness sake. If they don't get anything, why would they help you? And that is the rough part of capitalism. That is the part, because they don't want to share these patents with you. Because if they share the patents with you, you begin to compete with them. That is the system. So you face your own game and try to harness the talents in your country. That is the ball in the international system. That will lead me to United States anyway. I'll bring it up in the statement. Just about. The problem in Nigeria need to face a local solution, not an international solution. And I continue to say this. Seeking external, and I'm sure those guys will not even want to come in because they have learned that under responsibility to protect, if you went into a country in solving a conflict, it could explode. This is the typical case of what happened in Libya or what happened in Kosovo. You don't just walk into a country and begin military action. No country, of course, out there is insane to do that. So the better the Nigerian government realizes this, the better for them. That 2014 confab has to be dealt with. It has to be looked into, or a new dialogue can be orchestrated as suggested by the southern governors to get things up and moving for the sake of this nation. Because we have no other. We have many issues around the world: climate change, competition out there, financial strain of the COVID. All these are more reason why we need to change our attitude, not just at the government level, but at the citizenship level, because we all have a part to play in what Nigeria becomes tomorrow. And the crop of leaders that would, of course, succeed those who are in now. Good morning.